the Bay Area's finest. Just want to say, we have a legend in the building.
Oh, that's what's up. Legend? That's dope.
Do you wake up in the morning and you don't think you're a legend?
Nah, I know I'm pretty amazing, but I may not say a legend yet.
Okay.
You know, I'm just an amazing person in my mind.
Ooh, why are you
feel like that?
Why are you an amazing person?
Just gotta feel like that. You know, sometimes you're defined by what you've overcame. And you know, even if your small steps is something to you that you hold dear, you should adhere to that feelings. Low self-esteem is it's a form of depression. You know, and many of us deal with a lot of mental health things in the communities and areas and in life and in the world in general. And I'm an advocate for, you know, high self-esteem. I'm an advocate for, you know, mental health and making people feel like the best version of themselves. So I always want to put that out in the world, whatever it is that's aligned with amazing and feeling, you know, exuberant. I want to feel that. I want to be that. I want to be the best version of myself.
Were you always like this? Like, even in the height of the hyphy Bay Area movement, like, was this always your energy? Yeah,
most definitely. You had to be able to be different in the areas that we were coming from, something to stand out a little bit. But it was something that was significant about, you know, every individual at that time. And, you know, that's my secret ingredients.
Right.
You know, was the energy and just the purity.
Hell yeah.
Something natural, you know?
Hell yeah. Usually I get into it later on, but, you know, mental health is a big part of my show.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
So just wanted to know how you're doing. How is everything? How's your mental state?
I'm good right now. I appreciate you asking. I think we've normalized saying I'm okay when we're not okay. And I'm always a huge advocate of that, telling people it's okay to not be okay. And, you know, at this current time right now, I'm actually okay. I'm great. My children are great.
Hell yeah. You got 2 kids, right?
Yeah, two kids, a boy and a girl.
Wow, that's beautiful.
Apples of my eyes, man. So I'm good right now. Things are just, you know, the consistency. I was talking to Echo, and we were just talking
Shout
about
out to Echo.
When things are flowing, the consistency brings security.
Hell yeah.
And it's imperative that one goes with the currents of something that's secure, you know. So those are the secure things that in my life right now, of remaining consistent, remaining moving, and my mobility continues to bring happiness towards me, and that's the trajectory that I'll continue to follow.
That's crazy, because just doing my research and all that, it was just like you actually were in a bidding war, right? And you ended up staying independent, or how'd it go down?
A few little things. Those are several moons ago. We did some situations, and I was blessed with an opportunity from Atlantic Records to give me an opportunity to do some things with my own label. But at that time, being from the Bay Area, a lot of people, they say that they're independent or that they have their own labels, but it's more so just about hearsay. It's banter. It's not really actually, oh, we got a label and we have the infrastructure that's based off what a label really consists of. Right. It's just the mind state. It's a mind state, an independent mind state. And you move as a renegade, but you don't actually have the infrastructure and the tools to conduct a business and a label like you should, or like a successful one. Right. But I was able to link in with Atlantic, and they gave me an opportunity a long time ago to help me stand by and watch and witness what an actual label does.
Really?
And I was able to see that and kind of utilize it, and for my own recipe, and cook up a gumbo, and I've been cooking ever since.
Damn, we love a good gumbo. Damn, well, you mentioned the Bay, so I got to give you this this flower. It's from Fuego Family Farms.
Fuego.
Do your friends be smoking?
I know a lot of people that smoke. I'm
All
from
right.
the Bay.
That's true. That's
you know,
true.
We from the Bay, baby. Everybody blow a little bit.
Yeah.
You know? Shout out to Fuego. What up?
Hey.
I'm gonna sit this down.
Yeah. Wait, so you still stay in the Bay, obviously?
Uh-huh.
And you just got a crib in LA?
Crib in LA, crib in Atlanta.
Damn.
Of course, I always maintain residency at home. Just moving around.
Yeah.
You know,
I hear
kind of
you.
a stable vagabond.
Yeah. Wait, did I see somewhere that Too Short was the one that took you to Atlanta? Was that true?
Short took me to Atlanta a long time ago. Showed me how to move around. Short is like, you know, I call Too Short Pops. He's a godfather-like figure in my life. I've been knowing him since a kid.
Crazy.
Personally knowing him like since 9 or 10 years old. I've been able to mirror his movements, mirror everything that he's done. He's taken me in, and what better embracing and than have someone that has done it for 40 years consecutively and consistently, and just remains a current.
Right.
And he's somebody who I've always idolized, and he's an idol of mine, as well as a friend and someone who I confide in musically.
Hell yeah.
On the personal level. So he's shown me a lot of things, and I credit him with a lot of the mannerisms that I take when it comes to doing music.
Right.
You know, nowadays he's definitely one of those quiet figures that never really gets the accolades or
Hell yeah.
the headlines that he's deserving of. He's so humble, but he's a legend.
For sure.
That's a legend.
Yeah. Yeah, y'all got hella records together too.
Yeah, most definitely.
You got a favorite?
My favorite record with me and Too Short? I like to say Life of the Party.
Okay.
Which was actually a Snoop Dogg's record.
Yeah.
But I think the history of that record was, it was dope to watch it. The maturation of it is, the story behind it actually gives validity to the actual song that much more. We were all just hanging out, and at the time, we had a spot on what's that, 1600 Vine, 1500 Vine, one of those little buildings down there, and in Hollywood. And we didn't know that Snoop had a house there, had a spot there. Hell.
Damn.
And Snoop me and Short.
Oh, okay.
And Snoop, we just saw Snoop in the hallway, and he just came in. He was like, is that Snoop? He had on like this little kind of like incognito costume, and came, knocked on the door. We talked, laughed, cracked a few jokes. He was like, man, you know, I got the studio upstairs.
Damn.
And we went up there, man, and we did the record, and it was dope. It was, you know, a historic moment, especially for me, somebody growing up watching those two icons finally collaborate on something, and then me being a part of it and playing a role.
That was the first time they met?
That wasn't the first time they met.
But they collaborated
music,
on a song.
You know what I'm saying? Music-wise.
Wow.
I think they did a song previous to that. But this one on a level where Snoop actually made it his single, and everyone contributed something equally. We were able to go on tour with it, and it was some it was historic.
Do you have a favorite tour memory?
So many.
I know.
So many. I'm living for the memories that I can't remember.
Hey, okay, swerve. I love it though. I love it. Well, I was just gonna ask. Oh yeah. Can we get the story behind? Todd said that someone named Mr. Wig.
The Wiggler?
Yeah, the Wiggler. He said y'all were having a lot of fun back then.
The Wig. The Wig was the nig. Those were times, man. The Wiggler was a mysterious man.
Okay.
You know, and he appeared in our life with bearing gifts and bearing opportunity. And he actually amplified a lot of things that were going on. It was desolate at the time in the Bay Area, and he came out and he kind of reinvigorated a movement by amplifying things financially, and then with the excitement and energy that he brought to the cipher, he actually motivated many of us to continue to come together, and the cohesiveness of everyone's energy was able to get a few more years of activity going. And the Wiggler was a very, I think they can do a movie about that man. He was very, very mysterious, very good guy. We all have our angels and demons, and I hope to see him return to the streets one day, man. He was a good dude. For
sure. Man, so I was going to ask you a trivia question. You ready?
Sure.
Who has the most battles in battle rap?
The most battles in battle rap. Most views or most battles?
Most battles. You want to hear the options?
What's my options?
King Los, Arsenal, The Rebel, Daylight, Kool Moe Dee.
Arsenal.
Oh, okay. Ding, 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 yay!
Yeah.
So that means you get some gifts?
Oh, I get gifts. Slapwood.
This is from Slapwood.
It's a whole lot of cannabis going on this thing, man.
That's not cannabis.
Oh, slap
That's
was not?
wrapped. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's get it right.
Cannabis related though, right?
I mean, you could roll cigars if you wanted to.
Yeah, that's cannabis related.
It's not cannabis if it's a cigar.
A lot of cannabising. The cannabis in the day. I ain't mad at it. I appreciate gifts. I like gifts.
That's hilarious. Man, well, how are you? What are you working on?
I'm always working. I just opened up a nightclub.
What? Oh wait, the after hours.
It's actual. We have after hours there, but it's an actual nightclub. It's a bar and grill.
Okay.
I named it after my mother. It's called Desi's.
Wow.
It's right across the street from my clothing store in Oakland, downtown Oakland, the Dope Era. I just opened up another nail shop.
Damn.
So several businesses and ventures that I'm working towards. One of the biggest ones that I want to present to the world by next year is the Dope Era Academy, which is a school for the development of, inner city kids with outside curriculums as far as not the traditional curriculum that school provide. I want to be able to computer coding and financial literacy, cryptocurrency knowledge and coding, mining, and things of that nature. So I want to be able to provide that kind of intel to the children with the Dope Era Academy. So now we're securing the funds and everything of that nature. And that's going to be something that I want to release to the world that I'm very prideful about.
Hell yeah. That's incredible. I love how much you do to help others. And I just really respect it.
Oh, man, it's a blessing, man. I credit my mother. My mother was a person who would always, she would give you the clothes off of her back.
Damn.
It's just, it's in my nature.
Right. That's crazy. So as I told you, mental health is a big part of the show. I'm going to read you this statistic. Children who grow up in a home with parents who are addicted to drugs or alcohol are 3 times more likely to suffer physical, sexual, and emotional abuse. Was it difficult just, seeing your mom do cocaine or crack cocaine?
At the time, when you're young, you really don't understand it. It's something going on.
Right.
Luckily, she was able to clean her life in the early stages of my life. I think my mom got clean around probably about 9. It was about 9. She got clean, 9 or 10. Was, no longer used drugs. But unfortunately, we normalize certain things in our communities.
Right.
Out of a household of my grandmother had 11 kids, 9 of them on drugs.
Damn.
So those things to us, it wasn't anything that was, it wasn't a deficit. It wasn't something that was, we didn't look at it as a bad thing. We just we normalized it.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, that's how we heal with traumas in the communities that we come from, by normalizing some of the biggest atrocities.
Right.
So watching my mother get clean was definitely a great moment for me, and I'll never forget that. And she struggled with a lot of the things, man, that postpartum of the addictions. Those are things that you deal with.
Like life after you're sober?
Just life, man. Just life in general,
right. That's true.
Life is a speeding train in certain situations, and it seems like it's always going to hit you, or you're going to get stuck on a track, or you're going to get, nailed to something, and life is like a speeding bullet in the communities that we come from. So it's hard to avoid the problems, the pain, and then still be progressive and productive. And you have to learn to deal with that. That's why certain people search for outlets in dealing.
Yeah.
So drugs become things. Some people become over-sexualized. Some people become, they submit and they succumb to those things in the communities that we come from. So, yeah, there are a lot of adults that haven't healed from childhood trauma.
Facts.
So, we are, as a huge advocate of something like that, I'm always wanting to address it and speaking on it to give a different perspective of someone who has survived from those situations.
Right.
And still doing it, but still dealing with the attachments of that.
Right. So how did you, I had Be Real on here, and I was asking him about his PTSD, and he was like, you just get over it. Did you ever go to therapy, or did you ever feel like you needed to? Yeah,
therapy is a big thing. Therapy is something that I'm a huge advocate of. I feel like people need to go to therapy because you may not even know that you're depressed.
True.
There are things that clinically, once it's being declared or once it's being diagnosed, it diagnoses as characteristics of depression.
Right.
And many of us may not know it because, as again, we've normalized certain things, that we've suppressed things. I'm someone who firmly believes in you have to reveal to heal. And if you're not revealing, then you're suppressing. And once that suppression rises to the top, it actually creates an explosion. And many of us have exploded, and we don't know it.
Right.
Because, you know, we use things like weed to suppress things. We use things like alcohol.
No, weed.
No, certain people smoke weed because they feel like this is how I get over it. You ask the average person, why you smoke weed? Oh, man, I'm stressed out. I'm going through something. It's not just I want to smoke because I like the feeling of, you know. Some people are going through things and they use weed as clinical therapy.
I feel attacked.
No, it's just the attacking of it is because of it's not a biased perspective. This is actually why certain people use weed. Why do you use weed? Oh, I got PTSD or.
But why can't the plant medicine help your anxiety? Why?
It doesn't say that it doesn't. I never said that it didn't.
Okay.
You know,
Oh, but you're surprised. Okay, I hear what you're saying.
I'm giving notions of why certain people use things, not saying that it doesn't. And that may be a form of therapy to individuals.
At what point did you stop smoking weed and why?
And weed has always been an ongoing battle with me.
My bad.
I've always just, you know, from a young age when I used to steal my mother's weed. We would smoke and in and out. Then I went on a long run without smoking. I just have a very addictive personality.
Me too.
And then I have family members that have had a history of being addicts. And I never wanted to be addicted to anything. And the self-control in me prevents me from being vulnerable to falling to that addiction. And so anytime that I become too much of something, I step back, you know? So I don't think I haven't smoked in about maybe 3 years, 4 years.
Wow. Were you a heavy smoker?
Yeah, most definitely.
Okay.
You know, and
so 4 years ago, you would have loved all this shit.
I necessarily loved it, but you know, I would have accepted it and appreciated it.
Yeah.
You know. But like I say, you know, the weed nowadays is so strong, so crazy. It's like you're like, oh, what is this? Just die now? What
Sounds like someone had a bad trip.
No, not at all. It's just, it's just, you know, it is what it is. You know, people don't understand that a lot of chemicals in weed now activate other things mentally.
Okay.
You know.
Damn, you do your research.
They activate a lot of other things. And there are many of us that are dealing with, as we alluded, mental health problems that we know nothing about.
Right.
And the psychosis of things begin to be activated. And, you know, the chemicals that mix and that mesh, some of them don't go well with each other.
Right.
And you can activate some things, too, that can be detrimentally vulnerable to your mind state.
Right. How are you so disciplined? How were you able to, like...
Many people have died due to lack of discipline.
True.
You know?
Yeah.
And where we come from, discipline is a key component in survival.
Right. So
it's something that you implement and you inoculate in your game plan as a means of survival.
Right. Man, it's just so crazy how, because, I think you've been doing the turkey drives or whatever for, like, how many, like,
almost 2 decades?
Yeah.
Yep, almost 2 decades.
That's so beautiful.
Backpack giveaway, August 21st.
Damn.
19th annual.
That's crazy.
So it's pretty good, man.
Yeah.
Just being, you know, adhering to the calling.
Right.
You know, the supreme beings, or whatever one may identify with, God, whatever supreme beings, you know, whatever you submit to, has a calling for all of us, and you must adhere to the calling to do what you do. And when it's all said and done, when you return back to that, you should go empty-handed.
Right. How does it feel to perform at the Warriors game?
I love the Warriors. I've been a long-time fan of the Warriors.
Me too. I'm from Sunnyvale.
Okay. But
we used to drive up to the Oakland Arena, and I was in the nosebleeds when they sucked ass. So it's just crazy to see that this is actually happening.
Right. I love the Warriors. The franchise, the organization, they've done a great job of creating a great balance between the fans and the franchise and the team. By incorporating some of the local acts and artists. So to be able to watch the P-Lows, the Too Shorts, the MC Hammers, and the E40s.
The Mistah FAB.
Mistah FABs.
Hey.
And put them a part of the plan, man. It's nice, man. I definitely feel privileged and blessed to be a part of something that is just so historic. When you sit back and you look at it years later, we're probably not realizing what we're living in these times.
Right.
But when you look back years later, you're like, wow, that was crazy. I was there.
Yeah.
For
sure.
So it's a happy moments. Great. It's dope. It's dope.
Would they give you a nickname because you were courtside so much?
I think that's a self-made moniker. Front row Fabby, the Jumbotron Don.
Hey.
We just be having fun.
Right. Wait, so you got to pay for those tickets?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I always wondered.
Most definitely. I spent about.
How much you spent?
This year on finals? This year playoff game? Probably like 200,000, 180,000, something like that.
For how many tickets?
2 tickets, but through the whole playoffs this run.
Oh, okay.
But we was going to home games and away games, so it was cool.
Damn.
Spent a nice, pretty piece of change.
Why don't you just get season tickets? You got those already?
We do.
Oh, okay,
but
okay.
When the playoffs, it's different.
Oh, okay.
That don't count. So the finals games was like 25,000 a seat.
Wow.
So you're dealing with stuff like that. It's cool.
It ain't nothing.
And it's something.
Yeah.
Can't write it off and undermine it. It's something.
Yeah.
Just be blessed to be able to afford whatever the something is.
Hell yeah. Man, speaking of legendary, it's fire. Thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to get you. We're going to make sure you get some more.
Yes, Lord.
I'm dead. So I was just going to ask, because, I'm from the Bay. We were thinking that, hella young. Were you, we grew up to the hyphy movement. Were you thinking,
I never popped a pill in my life.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, but Ghost Ride It, though? You were Ghost Riding the whip?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Can we just talk about Ghost Ride It?
What about it?
Okay, so ever since I booked, shout out to Echo, ever since this was booked, I've been but I play the same 4 songs on repeat that literally have a soft spot. New Oakland being the top one.
Oh, that's dope.
That
song lived.
We really grew up to your shit though, for real.
Man, that's dope, man. It's crazy,
Ghost Ride It. Ghost Ride the Whip.
Just going out, so my daughter she's a part of a dance group. Well, she was a part of a dance group.
Hell yeah, I love that.
They danced to New Oakland, and it was just so crazy to me because it was y'all wasn't even born when I did this song.
What do you mean? Oh,
certain people, my daughter.
Yo,
she wasn't
how old
born.
is she?
She's 13.
Oh my God.
But it's just so crazy looking at it, going to the club, and when that song comes on, people act like it just came out.
Bro.
So it's survived. That song, it's that record has survived.
That's get out the car, let Cass.
I don't know. That's the fan's sake. I don't know, man. I just was happy to make it. Both records, the Ghost Rider is funny, but Ghost Rider is not so much of my urban record. That record outside of Oakland is they love that record, right. The Ghost Rider. I used to hate performing that record.
Cause you heard it so much?
Nah, it's just, to me, it was when you get older, you're like, yo, this is corny.
Yeah.
But to me, it was cool. It was
y'all
cool.
were in the Ghostbusters car?
Yeah, I had fun. We rented the actual car. We shot the video 6 days. Came down here.
It was in LA?
Half of it was in LA. Echo locked in some stuff. We locked in some stuff.
What?
That was crazy.
I'm tight that you and Echo have known each other this long and she never brought you to me.
Oh,
I'm
man.
about to throw some facts in due time. All right. I'm dead. But cause I remember one time we ghost ride the whip on 280 in the middle of the night. Y'all were really doing that shit?
Yeah, it was lit. Ghost Ride, it came from it was a dude named Critty Bo. His name was Chris. He was from he was from a part of Oakland called Ghost Town, West Oakland. And we all went to school together when we were young. He had this car which was it was a van. It was like a Chevy van, and it had gold rims, everything on it. And he would, at lunchtime, he would ghost ride his car in front of the school, by the line and by the stuff, and all the kids, all the girls, everybody would just go crazy looking at Crid, yo, Crid a fool, that's the dude from Ghost Town. That's how they drive, and they ghost ride, and that's how fools in a ghost ride.
Right.
And he made it famous, man. And next thing you know, you would see people like walking your dog. It's like walking your car. You would see people at the sideshows and
Damn.
late night. That's how they would come through, just to show off their car. Like, yeah, you see it.
Yo.
And then it transcended into, something epic. And man, that was crazy, man. Looking back at it, was like we never knew that it would, it would transcend like that. But
bro,
that's how it did.
And we gotta talk about Sideshow with Traxamillion.
Yeah, rest in peace to Trax.
I'm sorry. Yo, facts.
Rest in peace to Trax. Trax a very good man. His legacy will continue to live on through his music, through his children. But I feel like the music never really defined who he actually was as a person.
Right.
He was a much more greater friend than anything that he contributed to music.
Wow.
And that is someone who I'll miss dearly. Just our conversations of life.
Right.
I was a friend of mine.
Right.
Not just my producer, not just somebody that made beats. That was actually my friend. There were times where, even in his, latter days, it was more so like I would be like, yo, you need anything? I would send food to his spot and, just checking on him, man. That was a real good friend of mine, man. So I'm glad that he left something that will live on. Yeah. And that's the beauty in the music.
Right.
But, Sideshow was just something like that record. Sideshow was a record. We were in San Jose.
San Jose, that's my hood.
I'm
dead. He's from San Jose too.
We was in San Jose leaving E40's club. We was leaving the Ambassador's Lounge. And he was like, hey, man, you know what'd be dope? Is if y'all came back to the studio, man, I got some beats. And me and Short was like, the only way to lure Short in was like, some girls up there. He's like, oh, all right, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
So we went to the studio, man, and we created that at like 3-4 in the morning.
Like, wait, really?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Were there sideshows happening outside? Like what?
I don't know if it was no sideshows in San Jose. We don't play in San Jose.
Right, yeah.
People from Oakland don't play with San Jose.
Wait, why?
The police is crazy. The police will do something to you.
Oh, okay.
At least at home, we know certain officers, and we be like, oh, what's that, bro? Like, San Jose ain't doing no playing.
Yeah.
And like, and that's a long way to get home. We wasn't taking no chances. That's it. We'll meet up at the gas station, that Shell right there, before you get on the freeway. But other than that, we ain't playing around.
That's hilarious.
We went and created the Sideshow record. It was dope. Me, Too Short, Traxamillion, and man, the rest is history.
Did y'all know in that moment though? Like,
you never know. People always make it seem like they know you. You can be enthused about a song and amped and juiced about a record, like, oh, this the one, this go, this crazy, but you never know. It's all up to the fans. Like, I never, in a million years, you could have never told me that New Oakland would have the legs that it still has.
New Oakland is my favorite song of yours.
Yeah, that's like, you could have never told me that. Especially with me, it was just a childhood dream to do the record with who was in the studio with me, with G-Stack and Bathgate. They were two legends that had legendary moments in our city. One was a part of a group called the Delinquents, which ruled the underground and the streets of Oakland for several years.
Wow, that makes it even more meaningful.
Yeah, and then the other was Bathgate, who was signed to No Limit, and the heyday of No Limit, like when it was like
popping, it
was thriving. And so they were a part of a group called Steady Mob. And so I seen an opportunity in the studio when them two being there, and I went after it. So to secure that and to see the finishing product still have years later, 18 years later, still be, the nostalgia of it, as well as just the energy that it brings every time it's recorded and performed. Hey, man, it's amazing. And then EA Ski produced it, so it's just a legendary record.
That's crazy. It's so crazy because I just put out a vlog. It's from hella long ago, but it was at Saweetie's birthday, and New Oakland came on. It was over.
Like I said, I had no idea that it was going to have the legs that it has. All these years later, I'm happy. I'm juiced.
Do you ever get sick of performing that one?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's my go-to.
Oh, okay. You got to.
Yeah, that's my go-to. I love that one.
It probably brought you a little coins too.
Got a nice piece of change off that record.
Back in the day. That's
still
funny.
Today.
Right.
For real. For real.
Right. How does it feel to be in the streaming era? Cause
man, Man, I love it, man.
Oh, okay.
I feel like nowadays you get a lot of chance. You get some kids who may be in their grandmother's basement, man, could do a record and, you know, buy their grandmother's house.
Yeah. Wow.
You know, how could you be mad at that? I think there are a lot of people who haven't adjusted to the times,
Right.
or lack the ability to create with the vibes, and they become angry and they become displaced with emotion and be mad at the current times of music. Man, anytime somebody can take a dream of theirs and expound on that and provide for their family, I'm all for it.
That's beautiful.
You know, I'm all for it.
Hell
So
yeah.
streaming, views, YouTube, all that, man. If it's helping take care of some people, and long as people are monetizing and getting their stuff right and making sure that you're getting your paperwork and your credit and everything right, hey, man, go for it. Go get it.
Right.
Go take advantage of your dream.
Facts. I love that. All right, I'm going to give you another gift. Oh, this is from SPITFIRE. Oh, shoot.
What is it?
You got SPITFIRE, so it's an electronic dab.
She's trying to get me high, y'all.
Yo.
She want me to get high,
You
y'all.
feel me? And then this is from Hamilton Devices, so these are like these are portable. But yeah, these are vapes too. Yeah.
She's trying to get me high.
Hey y'all, if you like dabbing, be sure to check out Hamilton Devices. They have the most innovative, creative, hard-hitting vaping devices. I promise you will not be disappointed. But I was gonna ask, cause I was listening one of the four favorite songs, "Calling My Name" with the Jacka. I just gotta get the story behind that. I'm sorry, you like that song too, right?
My favorite songs.
Rest in peace to the Jacka though, for real.
Yeah, the Jack was my favorite rapper.
Damn.
He was my favorite rapper while he was alive, though. You know, it wasn't the. Thank you. It wasn't the. Oh, I'll wait till you pass to tell the world. Like, every interview I would do, I would always say Jack was my favorite rapper. Like, that was my friend.
Right.
Not only was he my favorite rapper, he was like, you know, my brother. So the record was dope. The Calling My Name was actually a record that I did.
I be feeling I will cry. That song is beautiful.
Yeah, I did the record, and I was like, "Yo, Jack, I need you on this song." He was like, "Okay, I'm gonna come do it." Bedrock produced it.
Oh wow.
The record was done, and this is at the time where I'm dealing with trying to figure out where we're gonna go in the direction of Atlantic Records, of putting the album out. So I'm creating a record for Atlantic.
Damn.
For the Atlantic record situation, and
oh wow.
we're going through some turbulent things. We're going through some contract situations.
Oh.
And it was just, you know, just trying to figure it out. And Jack came to me and was like, "Yo, you using that record we did?" And I was like, I'm like, "I want to." He was like, "Man, I'm about to drop Tear Gas, man. I would love to put it out on my project." And I was like, "Go ahead."
Damn.
Because a lot of people always was wondering why I had two verses and why he had one verse on the song. It was already a song that I had already done, but I gave it to him. And
wow.
my biggest regret about that record is never shooting a video for it.
Damn.
We always would talk about how we wanted to shoot one, and we was going to shoot one. And then, like 3-4 days before he passed,
Oh my gosh.
it was like we were in the studio, and it was weird. Like, sitting back thinking about it now, like it was a surreal feeling. Like, we was in the lab, and he was like, "Yo, let's work on the project, man, just in case, you know, anything happened. We'll have some music that, you know, can outlive us."
No. Oh my god.
And I was like, "What?"
crazy.
I'm like, "What you talking about?"
That's crazy.
He's like, "Nah, let's just work on some shit." And man, and a couple days later, man, that happened, and
I'm
it was like,
so sorry.
and that was tough, man. I was like, that hit me like I was affected, like, you know, not naturally like when my mom died, but when Jack died, that was like, man, I felt like my mom's son died. Like,
That's
you know,
crazy.
I was hurt. That was tough. It was tough for me, man, to deal with that, because me and him had so much. We had been around the world together. We
Yeah, that's
Europe,
man.
Africa, like, you know, we did all kind of stuff together, and that was my guy, man. So yeah, Calling My Name will forever be.
I was gonna say,
it's one of the ones.
that must feel so meaningful to be able to perform that, because
Yeah, that's my guy, man. Yeah, I like that record.
That's crazy. And I was gonna ask, I know you lost Mac Dre too. Like,
been a lot of losses.
Yeah.
That's life. The blessing of life is you can continue to keep living, but the curse of life is as you continue to keep living, there are many people who won't.
That's
Wow. And it's like the old riddle of saying, what if you could live forever? Would you want to live forever? All the suffering and pain you'll have to witness forever.
Damn.
And so as you live, you learn, but you'll lose. And it's a part of life.
Wow. That's crazy. Man, I just wanted to ask, like, I don't know. Do you got a crazy Mac Dre story you could tell? Or maybe a good memory? Because I know his birthday just passed, too.
Dre gave a lot of people opportunities, man. Dre was galvanizing some of the people who he felt were the stars that could potentially propel the Bay to the next level, the music industry. And he had a great sense of A&R qualities where he was able to organize and put the right people together. He built a nice team, and I just happened to be handpicked a part of that team, and I was eager and ready to adhere to whatever challenges or the task may have been. And unfortunately, I didn't know that in his passing that the task would be I would have to step in and fill a void. And that was what was left to me to do with the label that he had formulated. And I put everything on the back with the Thiz, and I did it to the best of my ability. But for a 22-year-old, 23-year-old dealing with all of these, uncharted emotions and the characteristics of several different individuals, you get lost in that sometimes. So it was definitely tough. And, it was what it was. But God doesn't make any mistakes, and you have to be mindful of that. Right. And when you're called for something, even though you may not be ready at the time, there are blessings in the lessons. And I just had to continue to keep studying. And that's what it is. Here I am now, just, continuing to apply some of the things that I've studied and I've learned along the way.
Hell yeah.
But a small, short, funny story with Dre would be we were at a house that he had in Sacramento. Me, Mac Dre, and my cousin Desmond. And Dre had lost his grill. And he woke up just tripping the whole morning like, Cuddy, I'm not going outside without my teethus. It's like, and so he was just walking around the whole house like this, looking for it. It was so funny because we all just sitting up after a long night of partying or whatever. And my memory still draws a blank if he found him or not. Yeah. But for an hour, he was lifting, how you open the refrigerator and ain't nothing in there, and then like 10 minutes later you come back in like somebody magically went grocery shopping. Yeah. And he was looking, he lifted up the couch, and 10 minutes later he came back like, Cuddy, I'm double checking, Cuddy, I'm not going outside, Cuddy. Yo. And that shit was just funny, man. It's just one of those things, but it just was funny, man. Dre had a great personality, man. He was a TV star. He was like the character that the world loves with Snoop Dogg. Yeah. In a marginalized kind of like conceptual way. Hell yeah. That's who Dre was to us. Right. He's missed. He will be missed, and may his legacy continue to live on through artists who continue to create.
Right. I was gonna say Drake shows hella love.
Yeah, a lot of people show love, and even if they do it subconsciously, you can see signs of the DNA in some of the things that they do. So the only thing left now is to create a movie or some documentation that continues to that will flourish and get big so the rest of the world can know, because there's still people who may not know.
Is there no Mac Dre documentary or not?
I mean, there are documentaries that
they got to do it right
things,
though.
but it has to be on a major platform. Yeah, something like that.
And y'all got to interview all the legends. I'm gonna do the interview.
I told myself I was only drinking water today. I just remembered
my bad. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
All right, so we're gonna end with a Spitfire round. Let me give you these last gifts real quick. This is from Session Good. This is the bong you see right here. Oh shit, did I just hit?
You only hit the face mask. He ain't tripping.
Oh yeah.
Shout out my man Sam.
The cone. Oh yeah.
This is Sessions from Sam.
And then this is from Al Capone. They're big on the East Coast.
Yeah, Al Capone, they do a lot of the battle raps. They do sponsor
they
the
do?
battle rap stuff.
Oh, sick.
They do a
I
lot
was
of
going to say, yo, my homegirl from the Bay, shout out Kendall, she couldn't make it. She said you're top 5 battle rappers.
I'm all right. I used to be good.
Yeah.
Al Capone, they sponsor the battle raps for Smack. Good people.
I love that. I love that. All right, you ready?
I'm sure. Come on.
This is the Templeton Spitfire round.
Temple 10 Spitfire.
Favorite emoji?
Praying hands.
Favorite snack?
Sunflower seeds.
Favorite Bay Area hypey song?
Feeling myself.
Hey, I'm in the building. All right. Dumbest bag you ever dropped?
I don't know. I think I spent $300,000 on a Lambo.
I was going to ask about your Lambo.
I don't know if
You
it was
said
the
you
dumbest bag. It was cool.
You say you don't even like to drive, right?
I hate driving. I got like 10 cars. I hate driving.
Where you put them?
Different spots.
Currency has a garage for like his 30-something cars or some shit. That's just wild. Biggest fear?
I'm claustrophobic.
Yeah.
Like I
Me
have
too.
extreme claustrophobia, and it ignites my anxiety. And another thing, you know, I suffer from that. So just being claustrophobic.
I hear you.
I'm extreme claustrophobia.
I hear you. I need the aisle seat on the plane.
Oh yeah, I only ride aisles.
Like,
I'm not doing. It's so crazy. I went to I was invited to the White House the other day.
I forgot to talk about that. I was gonna ask you about that.
My first flight, the first flight that I had, I got on. I was late, of course, and they gave my seat away. So the only seat that was available was like a middle seat. And so I got on the plane. I'm the last person to get on the plane, and they're going to shut the door. And I'm like, no. They're like, I'm like, I'm not riding on this plane.
Yeah.
Like,
damn, you got off?
I got off. I was like, I'll catch the next one. So I had to wait a couple hours at the airport to catch the next one. But it was either that or have a panic attack. And, you know, that's not good for my mental health. I'm not going to put that pressure on myself.
Right. Do people be asking you for photos at the airport?
Sometimes I get lucky.
I'm dead. I love it. How much you throwing at the strip club?
A lot. It's fun. I love it.
Yo, I love it. Favorite sex position?
Missionary.
Why?
It's something about looking in someone's eyes.
Craziest thing you've seen happen in Oakland?
Gentrification.
Damn. Last question. First thing that comes to mind, Mistah FAB. Yee.
That's it.
Hey.
Speechless.
Right. Ooh. I like legend. I'm going to just keep calling you a legend.
What's
For
up?
real. Wait, real quick before we end. How was the White House?
It's cool. Great experience. When I was young, I was invited to the National Youth Congress for Young Leaders of America.
Wow.
At the time, my mother couldn't afford to send me to D.C.
Wow.
So when the opportunity came of this invite, I jumped on it. I think it was more about accomplishing something that I couldn't do when I was younger.
Right.
And so when I went into it, the whole flight, that's all I was remembering is when my mother couldn't afford to fly me to D.C. for that.
Wow.
And now here it is. At this level, I'm able to be invited and rub shoulders with some of today's world leaders, and it was nice.
You gonna get into politics?
Eventually.
I love it. Thank you so much for coming on Shirley's
I
Temple.
appreciate you, man.
And then we
Thank
got
you so
one more
much.
gift. It's from St. Perry. It's a little big.
That's a weed gift too?
No, it's actually clothes.
I ain't mad at that.
Right. Oh shit.
I ain't mad at that.
It's from a clothing company in Atlanta.
Let go.
Yo, it's a little big, so
Let go.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
They got the Yves Saint Laurent font.
Yeah.
I like that.
I didn't even notice that.
I shop a lot.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I got Slim. He ain't gonna
I
get hit.
know, I'm
I
like-
got it. That's my dog.
Right.
I got him. Hey
Oh.
man, appreciate all the gifts.
Yo, of course. Thank you for pulling up, man.
And I
for
appreciate the
real.
energy.
Thank you.
Got great energy.
Thank you, man.
It's love.
I'm very, like, I've been really wanting to interview you. I was so excited.
That's dope, man. I appreciate it, man.
Of
It's love.
course. All right. Well, how do you feel about doing? Oh, well, first we need a drop.
All right. Appreciate y'all tuning in to Shirley's Temple. Have a Shirley Temple and come talk to me. It's Mistah FAB, man, and I had a great time up here. You feel me?
Fire. Yay. Can we play some Mistah FAB?